Hi, this is Guy, and this is Little Shelf Guy. Guy, I noticed that a lot of people do not fully understand what termite warranties and termite bonds are. Would you mind explaining all of that to us? I would be happy to do that, my little shelf companion. I'll tell you what, in this video, I will explain the difference between termite warranties and termite bonds, how they work, the sorts of things they cover and may not cover, whether or not they are transferable to a new owner, if they are required by state or federal laws, if they are required by housing lenders, the problems with these contracts, and if they are worth the money. That sounds great. But you are not going to bore us to death, are you? Seriously? I can't believe he just asked me for help, and then he insulted me. He's probably right, though. This is a bit of a dry topic, but if you stay with me, I will save you a lot of money. I have saved people over $100 million already, and I can save you money too. Let's start with the difference between termite bonds and termite warranties. Both of these things are a bit like an insurance policy. A termite warranty is generally offered by the company that did your termite treatment, and it is a promise by the company that they will retreat your property if termites are discovered after the treatment is completed. Sometimes the company will guarantee that they will repair any damages that were done by termites at some point after the treatment is completed. Eliminating termites is not a fast process, though, so this guarantee will not usually kick in until the termites are gone. One of the problems with termite warranties is that they are only secured by the pest control company. So, if the company goes out of business, then the warranty is totally worthless. Also, termite warranties may not be transferable. Of course, this varies from company to company. The upside of termite warranties is that they are usually somewhat less expensive than termite bonds. Termite bonds are somewhat similar to termite warranties in that they generally cover retreatment and often the repair of property damage that is caused by termites sometime after the treatment is completed. Unlike termite warranties, termite bonds are more of a formal agreement that involves a surety bond. This simply means that a third-party surety company guarantees a specific amount of money to cover retreatment costs and potential damages in case the pest control company fails to fulfill its obligations under the bond. Like warranties, not all bonds will cover the repair or the damage that is caused by termites. So, if you buy any of these products, make sure that you read the contract very carefully. While warranties may or may not be transferable, bonds generally are transferable when you sell your property. This may give prospective buyers some sense of security that will make them more comfortable with the sale. Both termite bonds and termite warranties generally include an annual termite inspection. Okay, I get it. These things really are like an insurance policy. But are they required by law or by a mortgage company? I'm glad you asked that question. Unfortunately, there are some unscrupulous pest control companies out there that will tell people that termite bonds are required by state or federal law. As of the time I made this video, there are no federal or state laws anywhere in the U.S. that requires a termite warranty or termite bond. Period. If your pest controller tries to tell you that you must buy one of these things, then you should not do business with them because they are not being honest with you. It is true that in some states, some lenders will require a termite bond if the property has a history of termites. However, most lenders have no such requirement. If your lender does have that sort of a requirement, then you may want to shop for another mortgage company. Most of the time, all a lender will require is a termite inspection. If the property fails the inspection, they will most likely require that the property be treated by a professional pest controller. And this is usually paid for by the seller. Okay, you said earlier that there could be problems with these contracts. Would you mind elaborating on that? Absolutely. If you read the contract carefully, you may find some gotchas. The first thing you may notice is that there may be language in the contract that allows the pest controller the option of doing the retreatment any way they want. So, if you had your house fumigated and it cost you several $1,000s, you are most likely not going to get the house fumigated again. The pest controller will most likely just do a spot treatment, which is totally worthless when it comes to drywood termites. Similarly, if the house is treated for subterranean termites and you had the house trenched, they are most likely not going to trench the house again. They are probably just going to do a spot treatment on the infested area. And this may or may not resolve the problem. It's also the same if they installed a bait system. They will most likely just do a spot treatment, or worse yet, they will just install another one or two of those bait stations. Wait a minute. If they don't get the problem resolved, won't they be required to fix the damage that was caused by the termites? Well, you would think that would be the case, but not so fast. If you read the contract carefully, you will most likely find that they only cover damage that was done after their treatment was completed. Oftentimes, they will simply claim that the damage you are reporting was caused prior to their treatment. Even if there are live termites in the damaged area, they may just claim that it's the same area as before and it has simply been reinfested. In other words, the new termites attacked the same exact area and there is no new damage. Therefore, they will not pay for the repairs. So, how can you prove them wrong? Even if you fight it, you will most likely find an arbitration clause in the contract that will prevent you from suing them. Now, not all companies are this shady, but it is way more common than anyone would like to admit. Okay, you're scaring me now. So, cut to the chase. Are termite warranties and bonds worth the money? Well, the short answer is no. The most common species of termites in the U.S. are subterranean termites. Pest controllers know that if they trench your house, you almost never get a reinfestation for at least 5 to 10 years. Meanwhile, you are probably paying them $300 a year or more for a termite bond or warranty. So, if the treatment lasts 10 years, then you paid them $3,000, which is quite likely more than you paid for the initial treatment. Now let's say that you got reinfested sooner than that. I can tell you that it is very unlikely that the pest control company is going to retrench your house. They are most likely just going to spot treat, and they are probably not going to pay for the repairs either. All the warranty or bond is doing for you is you are paying ahead for the next treatment. And that will most likely not get done until you have paid them enough money to make it worth their while. If they bait for subterranean termites, it's the same thing as trenching. Maybe even worse. They may not even spot treat. They may just install another bait station and call it a day. Again, don't expect that the damage is going to be repaired. It's always possible, but I would tend to doubt it. Now, if you have drywood termites, I can tell you with a high degree of confidence, if your house is tinted and fumigated, you are not getting another fumigation done unless several years have passed. The pest control company is not going to lose money on every drywood termite job that they do. Just like with subterranean termites, you are basically just paying ahead for the next fumigation. Also, they are not going to repair the damage either. So forget it. It is most likely just not happening. The pest controllers know that you are going to get reinfested within a year after the tent comes down. That is because if you have drywood termites, then your neighbors have them too, and they swarm for several months every year. That is how you got infested in the first place. I can guarantee you that with drywood termites, you are going to be reinfested within a year after the tent comes down, unless you do a preventive treatment yourself every 2 or 3 months. I do have a video on how to do that, and I will put a link in the description and at the end of this video. Most pest controllers will not agree to do this treatment for you. Again, and I cannot say this often enough, all you are ever paying for is a future treatment after you pay them enough money every year to make it worth their while. In other words, after you have paid in full for another treatment. This way, they have a guarantee that you will use them for the next treatment. And they will most likely make more money on that useless warranty or bond than they would on doing an entire termite treatment. Remember, if you get reinfested and suffer serious termite damage, even if you are right, you cannot take them to court because you agreed to settle all claims through arbitration. Simply put, that means you cannot sue them. The best that happens is that an arbitrator will try to work out something between you and the pest control company that may be somewhat reasonable. But the outcome of that is far from certain. Most people just end up not bothering, and the pest control company walks away with your money and you are left holding the bag. And, oh yeah, remember that annual termite inspection that is included with these warranties and bonds? Well, almost any pest control company in the U.S. will do one for free if you just call them. Or you can easily do one yourself. It's not that hard. So the bottom line is, keep your money in your wallet. Uh-oh. I think I'm in a lot of trouble with a lot of those pest control companies now. Oh well, it's certainly not the first time. Be well, my friends. And thank you so much for watching.